Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum and welcome to office.com.pk. This is your own platform where you come and learn, and we try to provide you with the best shards of knowledge in the best possible way. Dear students, I request all of you to please help us grow and improve. If you have not subscribed yet, then please subscribe and do not forget to hit the bell icon so that whenever we upload a new video, you can reach that easily. Also, do share your views in the comment section below. Your positive views will make us more passionate and enthusiastic, and any mistakes and any discrepancies that are indicated by you, they will help us improve our content. Also, share the channel and the videos to your fellow students as well, so that more and more students can benefit from the knowledge we are sharing. Thank you so much. Now let us move towards today's topic, which is mutation. This is the last topic of the chapter number 20. That was about DNA and chromosomes. We have discussed in detail. I hope it is clear to all of you. If you have any question, you can ask in the comment section. We'll answer it. Also, this topic is important from MCQs and short question point of view, because it is a very short topic. So it is a very rare chance that a certain long question will come from this portion. However, it is important from MCQs and short question point of view. So what are mutations? Dear students, you all know that the cells of the eukaryotes, they contain a very huge amount of DNA. Now, if you take one human being and you remove the DNA from that human being, and then you join the DNA from end to end, then it will become a long strand of about 100 billion kilometers. 100 billion kilometers, which is the 60 times of the distance between Earth and Jupiter. If you multiply the distance between Earth and Jupiter with 60, then it will become the length of that strand. So this is a huge amount of DNA, and it has obviously a huge amount of information. So there is a chance of any change that may occur. So the changes that occur in DNA, either due to mistake or due to any damage, they will ultimately change the whole nucleotide sequence of that portion. The nucleotide sequence will be affected and the genetic message is changed. So this will be known as mutation. Now, if the mutation is natural, this will be known as mutation. However, if you introduced it artificially, it will be known as mutagenesis. So any change in the nucleotide sequence in the DNA is known as mutation if it is occurring naturally. Now, mutations can occur in somatic cells as well as germ cells. The somatic cells are general body cells, and the germ cells are the sperm and the egg. Now, if mutations occur in somatic cells, they are of little importance because they do not transfer into the offspring. Okay, so they will have a very little evolutionary impact on the germ line. However, if the germ cell has any kind of mutation, then it will be transferred to the offsprings and the whole generation will suffer. It will be passed to the subsequent generations, and it will provide the raw material from which natural selection will. Now, the mutation can be beneficial, it can be harmful. Okay, now we will classify the mutations. Mutations are broadly classified into two types. The first one is chromosomal aberration. And the second one is point mutation. Now, first of all, we will talk about chromosomal aberration. Now, chromosomal aberrations are mega changes. They are mega changes, and they occur in chromosomes. They involve the presence of an extra chromosomes. Sometimes there is an extra chromosome. Sometimes there is loss of chromosome. From the diploid number, means the diploid number of chromosome will change. It can occur due to the reasons like deletions or insertions or inversions. Insertions particularly, and inversions as well, in the different parts of chromosomes. So such chromosomal aberrations, they lead to syndromes. The syndromes that occur. Syndrome, what is a syndrome? What is the difference between a simple disease and a syndrome? Syndrome is, my dear students, it is a combination of diseases. Means when we say a person has a syndrome, it means he does not have a single disease. The disease is multiple, and it is affecting multiple organs, and ultimately it is changing into different diseases. So it is a combination of diseases, syndrome. So when there will be an extra or there will be less chromosomes, they will lead to syndromes. For example, we will study in detail about Down syndrome or the Klinefelter syndrome, etc. Now the second type is the point mutation. Point mutations are the mutations or changes which affect the message itself. They affect the message which is present in DNA. The sequence of the DNA nucleotide will change and it will produce alterations. Now if the alterations will will affect only one or two or few base pairs, one, two or few base pairs, then they are known as point mutations. Okay, in the whole coding sequence, if only few base pairs are affected, then they are known as point mutations. Whilst there are some point mutations which occur due to spontaneous pairing during DNA replication, etc. So they will result, if few points are involved, they are point mutations. If more points are involved that are due to any spontaneous pairing during the DNA replication, then the DNA will be damaged. And this will occur if DNA is replicating and it is affected by mutagens. Mutagens are any cause or reason that is affecting the DNA, and it will ultimately damage the DNA, resulting in mutations. So mutagens can be any chemical or it can be any radiations. Now you have heard that cancer patients, they are taking chemotherapy. The chemotherapy can be chemical and it can be radiotherapy involving radiations. Now what those radiations and chemicals do, they hit the cancer cells, they damage the DNA, and ultimately the replication of that cancer's mass or that cancerous cell is stopped. So the replication and the multiplication or mitosis is stopped because of that chemical or radiation, and ultimately the cancer cells will die. So you can see that mutation can be this much dangerous. Now this class of mutation which is occurring due to mutagens is of particular importance because our modern industrial society is releasing chemicals into environment which are mutagens. So we have discussed about sickle cell anemia. sickle cell anemia as well as alkaptonuria, phenylketonuria, which are discussed earlier. In sickle cell, the glutamic acid in the hemoglobin chain is replaced by valine at position 6, and ultimately the shape of the red blood cell will become sickle like. There will be less hemoglobin and the oxygen carrying capacity will be reduced. While in phenylketonuria, phenylalanine is not degraded because of the defective enzyme phenylalanine hydroxylase. So phenylalanine consequently it accumulates in the cells and it will lead to mental retardation. When phenylalanine is not degraded, it will accumulate in the brain cells and it will cause mental retardation, because and this occurs in the period of infancy, when the child is infant. So this order is because of point mutation. So point mutation can be base substitution, means a base is substituted. For example, here is A, B, C. So this B is substituted by D. So it will be ultimately inactive. It can be insertion if you remove, if you add something between the base pairs, or it can be deletion, you entirely delete the B. All will result in inactive or misbehaving base or protein. Also, there can be changes in the gene position. For example, the B will move here and C will move here. Also, B can move to another chromosome, the chromosomal changes or the chromosomal rearrangement. So all will result in a B gene that may be inactivated, or it will regulate differently in the new location in the chromosome. So any changes, they will affect in the protein synthesis, and ultimately they will affect the whole process of polypeptide synthesis. That was all about mutation, and that is all about chapter number 20. If you have any question, any problem, you can ask it freely. We are here to help, we are there to answer. So that's all about today. We will start next chapter in the next video. Thank you so much for your time. Take care of yourself. Keep studying hard. Allah Hafiz.